In 1919, two Rosenberg locals, Mr. Felkman and Mr. Podlipny, intrigued by the movie industry, decided to bring the growing cinema business to booming Rosenberg, Texas. On August 16, 1919, the Liberty Theater opened with the silent movie Wanted for Murder, starring Elaine Hammerstein. The building was purchased in 1937 by Mart Cole Sr., and the Liberty Theater became known as Cole's Liberty Theater. In 1983, 64 years after its opening, the Cole Theater played its last regular movie. At the time of its closing, the Cole Theater was the longest-running movie house in cinema history. Who doesn't love Halloween, especially when it involves an old building and maybe a scary story or two? I'm standing in downtown Rosenberg in front of the iconic Cole Theater. I've been waiting a really long time to get access to this building, and my daughter Haley is super thrilled about seeing it as well. She's waited her whole life to see this interior of this building. So let's go inside and meet Renee Butler and find out more about it. Hey, this is Rosenberg native, Renee Butler, and she is here to give us a tour of the Cole Theater. It's historic, it's old, and it's kind of currently under some renovation process. So she has a whole story going on, so here we are.
Yep. Welcome.
Thank you so much for coming meeting us today.
And welcome to my ghosts, because there's plenty of them. We'll be telling them goodbye as we leave. Right now, they're fine. All right, you ready?
Ready.
All ghosts and all.
All ghosts and all.
All right, let's go down to the front.
Okay.
Which then we can see the balcony. That
Okay.
kind of gives you most of your story.
Great.
In a short time frame. Be careful because, like you said, everything's under renovation. Okay, so everything in here we have tried to keep, even though it's stuff that's not going to be reused, like these curtains.
Okay.
Those are the drapes that were on the screen, in front of the screen. We're going to use those as some part of the renovation because this, you see the maroon, it actually goes to the original high school. So that was the high school colors. That's why they did these things. So that's what's so cool about it. It was built in 1919, it was renovated in 36. So when they renovated it, they, took into consideration all the Rosenberg happenings.
Right.
The people, the things like that. So we
Right.
want to keep that kind of stuff.
Right. Are these lights original?
These lights are original.
Oh, wow.
So you see the sconces, with the exception of this sconce here, they're
Okay.
all in perfect condition. Yeah.
Wow.
So there was obviously a leak, water leak. Now, you have been to the Cole Theater, you know Twin City Drive-In.
Yes.
You remember the mural?
Yes.
The same guy that painted that mural also painted this.
Oh,
so that is original paint. I mean, it's original drawings,
Paintwork.
Yes, paintwork. But if you come this way and you look up, you see the balcony.
Yeah, the balcony's
So,
really cool.
In 1919, there was a balcony. In 1936, the balcony was built over the original balcony. So,
Oh.
yeah, so that's the portal to the ghost. So when we get up there, you're going to see where the ghosts come
Okay, so
through.
let me get this straight. So there was a balcony, and then a balcony was built on top of a balcony.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the second balcony's trapped the ghosts?
No, it's just the portal. It's just where there is an opening. There is a door.
Okay.
And so, I'll tell you when we get up there.
Okay.
I won't tell you now.
Cool. Tell me a little bit about this.
Okay.
Okay, so this is like set up like literally like an old theater where they had a stage and then the screen was back there, correct?
Correct. The screen came to here, and they literally used the bottom part was where you put the popcorn and all your supplies.
Okay.
So the guys would come through. So that's one of the ghosts. One of our ghosts is, they had ushers back then.
Right.
So, you would go and all this kind of stuff. There's a guy, when we sit here and do our nighttime deal, that you hear him walking up and down. And they would,
And he's the usher.
He's the usher, and he worked here forever. He was a huge, he was a big, so anybody that went here before us would remember him because he had been here for just forever.
Right, that was his...
Kind of thing, yeah.
Just part of the Cole Theater.
He was part of the Cole Theater, correct. And then they would come down, like I said, and
Get
get
the
all their
popcorn.
stuff down that way.
Okay, this is a little spooky. It's a little unnerving. I'm not real sure about it, but I'm ready to go up to the balcony and see what we can find up there.
You'll be fine.
Okay. We made it up to the balcony. Here we are. Renee, why don't you tell us a little bit about these seats, the seating here, anything?
Okay, so the big thing about up here is those seats to the back
Okay.
are the original seats from 1919. All these seats are the 1936 seats. Okay, but those have like gargoyles on the side.
Oh, wow.
So you have got to go and see that. That is when we're up here doing any kind of paranormal viewings and sittings and stuff. There's one area, I'm not going to say where, because as soon as I say where, anybody watching is going to go and see this, and then they're going to go, I felt the same thing. Because sometimes it is in your head. But up here, there's a spot that when you go, and several people, different times, have felt it, they can't breathe. It's not where they're dying.
The ghost
can't
isn't
breathe.
choking you. Or
The ghost
anything.
isn't choking
Right.
you. It's like they take your breath away.
Oh.
So when they take your breath away, you just get this like, what's going on?
Right.
And then it's gone, and then
Right.
you're fine. But it's happened in the same place many, many times.
I'm going to walk around and see if I lose my breath. I'll let you know.
I'm not telling you where.
Okay, so tell me, do you ever have anybody asking for ghost tours?
All the time. All
Really?
the time.
Do you ever
I have,
honor their requests?
I do, but it's only special people that I honor it for. So.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
This has been fantastic. I cannot thank you enough for this glimpse of this amazing place full of history. And I think that before we leave, we need to do something, correct?
We do. We have to honor the ghost. Thank you, ghost, for allowing us to be here today. Thank you for letting us come and visit your place. We will see you next time. You stay here. We'll come back and visit you.
Yes. Thank you, ghosts. And thank you for this wonderful tour and access to this amazing part of Rosenberg history. And thank you guys for tuning in today. Discover Rose Rich with Kim.